Hey everybody, I'm gonna show y'all 3 edit tips, 3 build tips, and 3 fighting tips. And this is targeted for the beginners or the people that feel like they just can't improve and they need help learning. These tips and tricks aren't gonna instantly improve your gameplay, but if you use them enough, you will start to get better very fast. But it's not instant. There's no secret setting or anything like that. You will get better with time, just like everybody else. You're not gonna just, oh, I tell you this thing and then you're instantly gonna get better. But you will get faster. There's tricks that will help you get better faster. Not instantly though. Like this first tip. When editing, right, most people know you press your edit button, you click and confirm, right? And, people go like this, right? Most people don't know is when you hit your edit button, you can click instantly. You don't have to wait, right? You can do the exact same time and you'll never see like the blue square, right? It will always be the opposite color. The exact same time. You can just get good at the timing of the exact same time, right? And then it won't be delayed like this, right? Like most people's. The exact same time. You click your edit button. You click your mouse button. You will edit so much faster. That's like one of the only instant help tricks. The second trick will make your edits faster, but it will take some time and dedication, and that is crosshair placement. So if you've been playing the game for a while, this is gonna get to you because you might have already known this, or if you're just now hearing about it, it is very hard to fix, but it's very easy to fix at the same time. People are just impatient and they're not willing to wait. Or they're not willing to suck for a bit to get better or slow down because they know they're so good. What crosshair placement is, if you don't already know, is how much movement your mouse has to do to select an edit, right? So this right here, this exaggerated movement, does the exact same thing as this right here, this tiny movement. It does the exact same thing. So why would you go like that if it takes more time when you could go like here and it takes less time and you barely move your mouse, right? It's just so much faster versus, versus like this. You could just, right? When I said most people that have already been playing the game, they just don't want to do it, is because it's not just, like 1 or 2 things. It's every single edit you do. So, right there, that tiny movement, that tiny movement, that tiny movement, that tiny movement. And what crosshair placement also is where your crosshair is already at, right? You don't want to have your crosshair right here. This does the same thing, right, as this. So most people do their edits like that, right? So they go like that. So let's say they're going right here, they go. When you could easily just move right here, finished. Oh, I'm already on the bottom tile. Easy. You don't have to adjust to, it doesn't have to always be top down. You can go down up, right? So you just go like that, and then you'll just get so much better. It's in every combo you do, right? What makes pros and good mechanical players good is mainly the crosshair placement. 99% of pro players will have god tier or god-like crosshair placement. My third and last editing tip is realizing that every edit is its own, because it is, right? every edit you do is its own edit. Really think of like, okay, pyramid, floor, ramp, wall, pyramid, cone, floor, cone, right? Once you realize everything is individual with editing, right, it starts to get easier. And that brings me on to the first building tip. When you're learning new mechanics, don't start off fast, right? No one starts off like this, right? But like, I know it like that. Like, no one just like, oh, I'm gonna learn this new mechanic, I'm gonna go like this. But I do have friends, and I am guilty of this myself, is when I first start learning a retake, I usually like do it right 2 or 3 times, then I just start doing it fast. But you should really just take it slow, do it right, just like for a day or two, then you'll get your muscle memory and you won't even have to worry. Same thing, just never mess up. As long as you never mess up, you'll never build the bad muscle memory, even if it's slow as all could be, right? You just super slow. You just won't mess up. Hey guys, it's me from the future. I'm doing this in post because I don't think I explained it very well, but you need to know where your enemies are so you can cover yourself based on that. Like, if they're to the right of me, I'm obviously going to build to the right so he cannot shoot me on the right side. If he's to the left, I'm going to do it to the left so he cannot shoot me from the left side, right? So just make sure when you're learning your things, your retakes, learn both sides, right? So you can be equally as protected no matter what side they're on. Great ways to look for your opponent are visual sound effects, located right here, or your ears, right? You just hear them to the left or hear them to the right. Or you can use freshly made builds, right? So this isn't always the case. Just because there's fresh builds doesn't mean he's over there. But, you know, it's more recent if it's wood, you know, not as recent if it's brick, and it's not really that recent if it's metal, right? Brings us to our third and final building tip, and it is use cones. Cones are the best building piece in the game. So if there's a guy ramping up right here, right, I can be on this layer right here, not even the same layer as him, place that cone. Look, you're going to the right, there you go. Going to the left, there you go. All from standing right here. Look, I wanna take his floor, there you go. I actually have one more build tip for y'all, and that is, you see how you can't edit from right here? You can actually edit from right here if you pull out your blueprints. So blueprints give you like extra distance in editing, and that ties into my first fighting tip. The reason I told you all that tip is because you fight from a box away, and that's such a good thing to do because I want this wall, I take it. You see how I'm editing all the way from over here? I take it with my pickaxe out, my gun out, you know, no edit. Blueprints, take it, it's mine, he's exposed, right? That brings us to our second fighting tip. It's a short but a good one, and a lot of people use it, and that is if you have someone's wall, right, and they're in here staring at you, you know, they're not trying to get up or anything, they're just in here staring at you while you have their wall, is you could just edit real quick, right? Just something real quick and reset it, right? And then they'll shoot. And the thing is, like, when they shoot, they can't shoot till that amount of time, no matter if they edit in between or not, right? So what people do is they bait out a shot, take the wall again, and then just run in there. But only do it if they're low, right? Don't run in there if they're good HP or anything, you know. You don't want to throw your body at them. You want to always take like right hand peeks. So our last and final tip of the video is if you mess up during a build fight or a box fight and your opponent's staring at you, do not edit. I got his tops. Let's say I mess up like this, right? Your opponent, if I were to do the edit perfectly, my opponent still would probably be like running up, right? Or let's say he was coming up. He'd still be running up. And he wouldn't know if I like coned him and like did it fast. I'd be able to get him. But let's say I messed up and I'm like this or something, you know? And I'm like, dang. Or I accidentally click instead of like I like hit something else. Your opponent's gonna be ready now. And then he's gonna be ready for a shot, and he might even counterpiece you like that, right? Oh, my opponent's above me and he's seeing me like mess up with these edits and I just can't do it. Just start over and reset. So let's say you have a standard opponent that's just building up like this, you know, and you use one of our previous techniques to just cone them, right? And then you try to edit on them, but you like mess up, right? And your opponent, they're still running up. They're still coming up, you know? And if you would have done it fast, you would have caught them off guard, right? But you messed up. So just don't do the edit. If you mess up like this and you just take too long, just don't do the edit. You'll be too predictable. You'd be better going like this. So that was the last tip of the video. Thank you guys so much for staying till the end. If y'all enjoyed or if you learned something new, please consider liking and subscribing. That would mean so much to me. I plan on making videos in the upcoming future. It will be very shortly. I'm already in progress for another video. But if y'all want more videos like this, just let me know. And until then, guys, later y'all.